since Ghana is a signatory country to the Montreal Protocol, we decided to submit what we call a conference room paper to the Montreal Protocol, indicating issues about fairness, about dumping. And as you can rightly see, as part of the strategy, we came up with what we call dumping new inefficient appliances on Africa. And it was quite interesting. The dumping issue should not just focus on used products, and that is usually the mentality. Francis, I can assure you that we are also having new products that are substandard coming into our market. And that is another form of dumping. So dumping, as we usually will term it, is not just about the used products. We should also look at it as the new ones that are containing these obsolete refrigerants. And therefore, some efforts need to be made to be able to reduce this burden on Africa, because we see them as the option where these products should go in. And I cite some simple examples. As you can see, these are products that were stopped at the Tema Port as part of enforcement activities. And Francis, these are air conditioners. I can bet you that this is old technology which is no more in use. But imagine somebody is importing this into Ghana to come and start a business. And the question is, where are you going to install this? Where do you intend to install such products? So the issues that we are talking about is not just about transferring products in form of charity, donation, but they should be products that would also help the consumer to be able to reduce the burden. Another example that we got in Tema is also looking at this kind of products that came in. These are refrigerators that were imported. And you can see that obviously these products were meant for recycling in Europe. But they are coming to start a new life in Africa. And even if there are issues about spare parts, getting issues on it, what happens to the debris? And these are examples of the debris. After they have taken away components from these products, what happens to these debris? And that is why you would usually see them at Abobulushi, either being burnt, either being scavenged. And at the end of the day, the effect goes beyond just Ghana. It goes into the atmosphere and it goes worldwide. So I think that the justice issues must be looked at. And as part of the conference room paper we submitted, we got a decision. Ghana, on behalf of Africa, was able to get a decision at the Montreal Protocol level. And so decision 34-4 looked at illegal imports of cooling appliances, air conditions, and then heat pumps. We also followed up with another decision, which we got, which was at decision 35-13, which sought to look at sharing the responsibility, because Ghana is more like an importing country. But you also have another party which is exporting the product. So the burden should not just be on only the importing country to stop the product from entering the market. But we believe that the exporting country can also put in rules and regulations to avoid the products from leaving their market into vulnerable markets, such as those in Africa who do not even have regulatory requirements to be able to help this. And I'm sure issues also about recycling will come up, that we don't even have the facilities in place to be able to handle the debris. So it's a general issue, and I'm glad that we have been able to take this to the international level at the Montreal Protocol. Decisions have been made on behalf of Africa, Ghana on behalf of Africa championing this, but we need to be able to implement these decisions that have come up. And I believe that the Ghanaian consumer also deserve energy efficient and durable appliances.